Hi everybody, my name is Kendra. This is my channel, Kendra Full of Joy. I hope that if you are brand new, if you like what you see, you'll give me a thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment because I am a chatter. I love to chat. And if you further look back and see more videos you like, you might want to subscribe. You just hit that bell icon and when I make a new video, you'll know about it. So today's topic is it's a collab, and a collab means a bunch of ladies get together, sometimes men, and we do one common thing and we share. So today's collab is hosted by a mess called Jess. Her name is Jess and her channel is A Mess Called Jess. And I will link her channel and the playlist of all the people that participate below in the description. So today my particular addition to this is going to be a chocolate pumpkin loaf cake. This is coming from someone who does not like pumpkin. You can't taste it. What you get is, in this particular recipe, is a like cinnamony, nutmeggy scent, and then the chocolate hits you. Or is it the other way around? It is a moist, decadent, rich, comforting, warm dessert. A lot of the pumpkin breads that I've made in the past are heavy on the pumpkin and they're sort of a light, like a cake. And this particular recipe is a more dense, like a brownie, but not quite as dense. It reminds me of just a dense chocolate dessert. So these are the players in my thing here. So I am going to have to use 2 cans, or you get the big can of 29 ounce of pumpkin. Sounds like a lot, but this makes 3 loaves, okay? So 2 cans, and I've got that already out here in a bowl, got it covered up. And you're gonna need 3 eggs, sugar, flour, unsweetened baking chocolate that I will in a little bit melt in a bowl, 2 cups of chocolate chips, canola oil, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, salt. Did I say vanilla? I think I did. This is in a container that's different because I make my own vanilla. It's just cheaper for me to do it that way. So I am going to turn you off for now, and then I'm going to get the first ingredients loaded up together and tell you about it. This is going to come together fast. The longest part of this is baking in the oven. It takes almost an hour. And like I said, 3 full size. So you get 1 to eat, 1 to freeze, and 1 to gift, or however you want to work it. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back, and so I brought you in closer so you could properly see. I've melted my chocolate. Well, pretty much melted it. It's got a couple of little pieces in here, but this bowl gets hot in the microwave. Not screaming hot, but hot enough to, yeah, it's melted now. Just give it a little stir and it's done. I wanted to show you what I use. I use Baker's, and so this called for 3 ounces of Baker's chocolate. So it's like an ounce of chocolate per loaf when you do the math. But so that leaves one little box, one little square left in here. So I'll put that over here. Now I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients first. Hold on just a sec. I'm so good at this editing. Now I'm ready to mix my dry ingredients. So I'm not going to give you the long task of watching me measure everything out, but I will leave the recipe in the description below. Like I said, in the recipe came from Taste of Home, so it's not my own, and that's why I'm doing this. I've been making this particular bread. This is all-purpose flour. I've been making this particular bread since my grown children were little, or babies or not even born yet. I started doing it a long time ago. But over the last few years, as they've all been completely grown, I've stopped making it. And so couple of years ago, one of the guys said, hey, I've been waiting for you to make that really good chocolate pumpkin bread. And I said, really? I didn't think you cared that much. And apparently they all do. So this is nice. This is a lot to mix together in this one little bowl. I'm going to make it though, because all I have left, I put in granulated sugar just now, and I'm mixing that with the flour. And all I have to do now are the last little, you know, baking soda, baking powder, herbs, spices, and the salt. And it's all pre-measured right here in my little bowl. So yummy smells. I mean, really, it's going to smell like an autumn candle when this cooks. You can't even imagine. Oh, I wanted to I'll tell you when I get to it about the pumpkin. Anyway, here we go with mixing this all together. You just want to get it all, the spices all incorporated into the flour and the sugar. So there's, you know, no pieces of, no bits that don't have that wonderful smell. It gives you the option, this particular recipe, of adding a little bit more spice or a little bit less, depending on your taste. And I found that we are on the more side, just like we are with bacon. Oh, that would have been a good idea too. Something bacon, because bacon reminds me of autumn. Does it remind you of autumn? Yeah. Well, you know, that's when they do the pigs in. Sorry. Okay, so that's completely mixed. We'll get on now to the wet ingredients. Oh, nice, Kendra. I turned the light off for you. Okay, so now I'm down to, oh, I went and got a bigger boat for the dry ingredients. It's been so long since I made this, I forgot I always used a bigger bowl. I mean, once I put everything together, I realized it, but wow. Okay, so now I got to do the wet ingredients. In this bowl, I have 3 eggs, and I'm just supposed to whip these up. Back in the day, I used to make this same recipe like 4 times over October and November. Just the smell, you know. It's better than burning a candle. Well, I mean, it's not better, but to me, it smells better. Okay, so now I have to put in the oil. And like I said, I'm going to put the directions, the recipe, with the link to the Taste of Home. So that's done. And now I've let the chocolate cool. You don't want to put, you know, hot chocolate from the microwave or from a double boiler or however you do it. You don't want to put that right in with the eggs or yuck, you know. I'm really sorry about this angle. I'm not that techie with everything like the camera and all of that. So here goes the chocolate. Yummy, yummy. Not really, don't eat it. Because, you know, it's unsweetened. It won't be unsweetened as soon as I put it in with the dry ingredients, though. I was thinking of something else I was going to tell you besides the thing about the pumpkin, but maybe I'll wait. I always like to try to get as much of whatever I'm scraping from one bowl into the next, because things are so expensive. I hate to think I'm wasting a dime anymore, you know. It's gotten out of hand, I'll tell you what. Have you guys seen have you guys seen the turkeys? The turkeys in your grocery stores? I don't know about where you are, but I'm in Washington State, and I have never paid that much for a turkey before. I don't remember the exact amount. You could probably look it up on your grocery store apps if you do that. Okay, so now we have the chocolate mixed really well in, and we have to do the vanilla and the pumpkin last. Now here's what I was going to show you about the pumpkin. So the pumpkin that I have, can you bring that over too? Oh, now you can't really tell. I've got 1 can of organic pumpkin from Thrive. On the ingredients, pumpkin, that's all it lasts. It says, I've got 1 can of Libby's pure pumpkin, just can of pumpkin. On the ingredients, it says pumpkin. That's it. Both of these are just pumpkin. One is organic, obviously. when I first poured them in the bowl, it was easier to see, but there's a distinct difference in color. So if I were to say which one I like best, and I didn't know anything about brands, I'd say, well, the darker orange one is the better brand, the more expensive, the more, it's organic, and it's just the opposite. I don't know, because it's pure pumpkin, why it's darker and it's lighter, but maybe, soil types and sunlight and all that comes into play probably. Okay, I need another bigger bowl. Oh my goodness, I'll be right back. Okay, I got the sister bowl to the big bowl, which is plenty more room. Now I'm just going to put in those 2 pumpkin cans. Like I said, it said 29 ounces, which is a big can. So mine actually has 1 ounce more than it's supposed to have, but that's okay. I've always done it this way, and it doesn't make a bit of difference. So, in goes the pumpkin with the chocolate, and it becomes this lovely shade of brown. I don't even know how to describe it. Halloweeny. Autumny. You can see leaves this color. Here's the shade of brown that it is. I don't know if you can even tell, And the last thing that you're supposed to add is the vanilla, and I don't measure vanilla. I glug with my heart. That'll do ya. Now, I'm going to mix in the vanilla, and then I'm going to mix the dry. Well, I'm going to put the dry into the wet, which is what the recipe calls for. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Oh, I just knocked the microphone, sorry. Here's my chocolate, here's my flour, and in they go together. Like I said, don't waste anything. That's gas money you're wasting. Our gas is over $5 a gallon now. My son told me today what he saw. I can't remember what it was, but it was gruesome. Yeah. So the only thing I'll have to do after I mix these 2 together is to add 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I imagine you could use any chocolate chip you liked. You might even like to add caramel chips or white chocolate chips, because this is going to be a dense, dark chocolate already. But this, for me, you can't have too much chocolate. So I'm going to put this out over here and wish me luck. I've got arthritis, and this is always a lot of fun. Well, when I was younger, I didn't have arthritis like this, and it wasn't a big deal. I may grab a mixer in the end. And we're just going to mixy, mixy, mixy. Okay. I've been watching a channel called Gamer Foodie, or Foodie Gamer, and that's where I got the mixy thing. She cracks me up. She's a young mother of 2, it looks like. Her husband's a gamer, she may be too, and she loves food. That's what she does on her channel. She makes different recipes and eats them with gusto. It's nice to see. It's getting there. It's getting there. Oh my goodness. And you don't have to worry about it being a foo-foo delicate batter. It's not. Any more than brownies would be. The important thing is that you want to be sure that you get all of the flour incorporated. Go down to the bottom. Yeah, I just found a whole bunch down at the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to keep mixing this and not keep you because we're burning daylight here. I'll be right back. I'm back. I could have probably brought the mixer in. It probably wouldn't have hurt a bit. There's no more white visible. I got all of that flour and sugar and everything incorporated. And here goes 2 cups of loveliness. Oh, that already smells so good. The spices and the chocolate just hit you in the face. Okay, so I'm just going to get these mixed in. No problem, no time at all. And hey, I just pulled. You can see how dense. Hold on while I grab the other part of my. Well, I would have edited this out, but I don't know how. So it looks like it just was glued on there, sort of, and it's one of my favorite. It's old, and I'm going to have to use glue or something. I don't know what's food safe, so I better find out first. Anyway, here's our second chance with a... So, I just want to get the chocolate chips down to the bottom. And here I have 3... Come on this way, baby. I keep knocking the microphone around. I'm so sorry. I have 3 cake pans. No one is the same. If I had 3 matching, I don't know who I'd be. You know, I got this one at a thrift store. I got this one from my mother, and I bought this one. Crazy. Okay, so I'm going to get something like a scoop instead of trying to lift this heavy thing. And fill these up, and my oven is preset to 350 degrees, and these will cook between 55 and 60 minutes. And when I'll be, you know, as long as you don't hit a chocolate chip, it should come out. You can tell if you hit a chocolate chip. You just stick a toothpick in there, same as any other. And if you see some dense, heavy crumbs, that's okay. What you're looking for is something that kind of smears onto the toothpick, and that's not okay. It still needs cooking time. Okay, so I'm going to get this done and get it in the oven and show you. Okay, here they are. All 3 of them are in the pans now, and I tried to make them, you know, pretty even in size, but I have, in my experience, the one that's taller and glass is going to cook a little bit longer. It just holds more, even though it doesn't look like it. I don't remember if I said, but I sprayed the pan sides and bottom with Pam, but I also, before I did that, laid just a bottom part of parchment paper to fit right on the bottom. I hate it when they stick. And it doesn't happen very often, especially with this recipe because it's so dense. When I was putting some things away, look what I found. I wish, and you can do this if you want to, I had used, you know, this is 5. I could have used every one of these and made 5 instead of 3 big. That's perfectly, you know, you can do that. I would just watch I would just watch the time. There's a discussion going on over here. Hey, I'm going to put them in the oven now. I'll show you. Alrighty then, they're in the oven. I'll show you quick. And I set the timer for, you can't see it because of the glare, 50 minutes, and the oven's set to 350 degrees. I wanted to show you the after party. I don't know. You know, if I had started with the 2 big bowls in the beginning, it wouldn't have been so bad. It was my fault. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example of, this is at 50 minutes, 50 minutes. Not done. See, there's no crumbs. It's all just like sausage. And here's the difference. Now at 60 minutes, we have crumb. Time to take them out. I did the biggest one, so I know the littler ones are you know, as done or better. Okay, they're out of the oven, and I've got the oven door still open. So they, you know, they kind of crack a little bit across the top, just like any of the dessert breads do. And you can see the chocolate chips in them. And they look tasty. They're going to have to cool at least a couple of hours for me to, you know, take them out of their pans and to slice and to show you how delicious they look and do a taste test. I'll have a kid do a taste test. I'm not eating chocolate and stuff like that right now. I wish I was. I think that they came out of the pans beautifully. And I always think that my adding the parchment paper to the bottom is key to every time they came out, you know. So these could have come out 5 minutes earlier, I'm sure. It was my bad because I don't like them as dark. They're not burned, but they're darker. Like my mom likes her cookies dark, and I only like my cookies not dark. So they're fine. They're just not perfect for me. Okay, and I will show you when I slice. Here it is, the finished product. It's almost 100% cool. When you cut it with your fork, you get these sticky, yummy chocolate chips. And I cannot eat this. I am not eating things like this right now. But I can tell you from smelling it and looking at it, it's delicious. I hope you have a really good day, and thank you for watching, and thank you to Jess for hosting, and be sure and go out and give some love to all of the other ladies who have put up a special recipe. You know, we don't put up the regular old recipe. We usually put up our family favorites. So you know you're going to get a good one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.